Hey everybody, this is movie versus prequel to episode 25. Yeah, 25.
Man.
And my name is Tyler Lamb. I am here with my co-host Steve Janik. Steve, how's it going, Steve?
It is going fantastic.
That's always good to hear.
Despite it being February in Missouri, it is very nice
where
outside.
where it was, well, not compared to the past week where it was like 70 and then now it's like the 40s the past 2 days.
I kind of I prefer it in the 40s.
I have a friend from California visiting, and he called because he gotten his tickets, and he was like, "Hey, I'm coming in March. What kind of weather am I looking at?" And I just said,
Literally no idea.
Yeah, I said it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, totally.
And I told him, I said, global warming has really fucked our shit up over here in St. Louis. And he was like, "Is that a joke?" And I said, "I wish it was. It may snowstorm in March,
or it may be 80.
Yeah,
You just bring a bunch of money and just go to Goodwill and buy like everything they have, so he has a selection.
Yeah,
of just a
exactly.
shit ton of clothes.
And that coming via Skype is the other co-host, Charlie Pixley. What's up, Chuck?
That wasn't me.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, so it's
So
haunted?
So it was Shaggy?
Skype is haunted.
I think there's a ghost in the
It was
here.
it was singer-songwriter Shaggy? Is that
Yeah.
who it was?
Yeah.
The only other option.
Scratching me, dude. You didn't know that?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't him.
That's what I'm saying. He said it wasn't him, so anyway.
Sleeps
I don't even-
down on the floor of the hotel. It's disgusting. And we have 2 beds. It's his choice.
This episode is a prequel, meaning we assign movies, and I know that some listeners might want to hear us react to the Oscars, but as we're recording,
Too
the
late.
Oscars have
Or
yet
too
to
early.
happen, so we might mention them on a later episode. But right now, Charlie is assigning the movies to Steve and me. And Charlie, you we're going back to theaters for this one, correct? What do we?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you got?
So I have 2 categories, and you guys can pick out which one you want to be assigned first, and then if you don't like those, you get swapped to the other one. But
Yeah.
would you rather but you guys both have to agree to it. There's one where it's movies that I really don't give a shit about, and then another set where I have like one pang of interest for each movie.
I love this category because it gives me literally nothing to work with trying to figure out what these movies are.
Yeah, and I feel like they're great categories too. I kind of want to go with the movies he doesn't give a shit about.
Oh, I definitely want to go with the movies he doesn't give a shit about.
Okay.
Let's hear them.
I guess if you guys agree to it, you can always sub it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to mix them up.
Okay. Oh, he's got a hat. Is that the Blues hat?
Yeah, this is the OG day
OG
one
hat.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Okay.
really popular with do they have a hockey team in Mississippi?
No.
Okay.
All right, I'm picking first. I'll pick first for Tyler.
Okay. What do I got?
Let me see.
It's
if
always
you can read
you know what's always bad when he just kind of giggles a little bit before he actually reads it out loud. Sock hog. Parentheses. Rock dog. Fuck.
And I thought Sock Hog was a pretty funny.
I don't even know what that is.
It's some animated movie. Of course, I get the fucking animated movie. I always get the animated movies, man.
And that means for Steve, I don't know why I was shaking up the hat again.
The two times
only
there's been an
option was-
animated movie on this cast, I've had to watch it. Angry Birds and now fucking Rock Dog.
Well, if he agrees not to, then you won't have to. Is what Steve gets.
Say it out loud, Steve.
Bump into
Parentheses.
collide.
Collide is the real title.
I don't know anything about that either.
Yeah, I don't think I've. Oh shit!
looks
No,
pretty
Collide.
fucking terrible,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. No, Collide is fuck. It's got Nicholas Holt in it, doesn't it?
Yes, as an action star.
Yeah.
Like in a Jason Statham role, so he looks like he does not fit at all.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Into his clothes, he's a very tiny person.
Yes.
He's quite thin.
Costuming on that movie is just a mess.
So I don't. Shit, Steve. Do you want to go? Do you want to go with these two, or you want to see? I feel no. Let's lock in, and then we'll still find out what the 2 movies are.
Yeah.
If we,
You guys do want to see these?
No,
I don't know. We're deciding right now. Is this?
I'm fine switching out just so you don't have to see an animated movie. Because I know that always is not good for you.
Yeah. Well, and also I feel like animated versus live action can be a little skewed at times.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, the only reason I compared those two is because I don't give a shit about
Fair enough. I think Steve and I agree. Let's do the
Let's
movie.
move on to Pang of Interest.
Pang
Of
interest.
Of interest.
Charlie is mixing up the blues hat right now. Hand
All right,
hovering
I'll pick
over.
first for Steve.
Going in.
Ooh.
Steve's movie is clenched in the fist of Charlie's hand.
Stop saying clenched.
Wait, I think I only said it once, didn't I?
It's enough.
Charlie gets fisted?
Yeah, Charlie gets fisted.
Oh, fist fight.
Yeah, the Charlie Day movie with
That's
Ice
right.
Cube.
That's right.
That's what you get to see.
I thought it was,
Dude, that's dope.
I thought that was the title of your memoirs.
I thought it was the sequel to Freddy Got Fingered.
So, his memoirs.
Yeah, his memoirs.
All right, then Tyler, you get.
Good wall. Oh, God damn it. Okay. All right. I already know this is just the wall or whatever. A Great Wall.
Great Wall Hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm actually not too upset about that.
Dude,
Exactly. There are pangs of interest in both of them.
I think
for
this is a pretty decent mashup.
Charlie Day and Ice Cube are cool, so you get that, and then Great Wall, you at least get to see some cool ass Komodo dragon monsters. So
yeah, and Matt Damon in China for some reason.
Well, there's actually a pretty there's a good reason why he's there.
Okay,
I've read story where people are like, yeah, everybody's giving this way too much shit because he's there for this reason and he's actually treated as an outsider. Like they're not treating him.
Maybe they could say that.
Yeah, he's like they're not treating.
Well, in the trailer they say he's like a trader or something, not a traitor, but
Yeah, apparently they don't treat him as like the hero. He's apparently working with like other people. He's just. I mean,
he's just Matt Damon,
and
so
it
he
is
becomes like a big
made
part.
by it is made by like a Chinese production company, and the director's Chinese or something.
Yeah, there was so much writing on this movie because it was going to be like one of their big blockbusters.
Yeah, I think they just made that small mistake of showing, hey, it's Matt Damon in China.
Yeah,
he's the lead character.
Well, they just skewed the trailer too much to Matt Damon.
And in this day and age, it's hard to not saying it's a bad thing, but it's hard to push a movie about a different country and make the lead your star power be a white guy. Like it's hard to do that.
It's funny too because like if they didn't have Matt Damon in it, would we even hear about this fucking
who
movie?
Who knows?
No, I mean I watched the crap out of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I mean,
true.
I'm just saying. Like,
what about the sequel?
Like, way bigger on scale of like how much they invested in it.
What? Sorry. What, Charlie?
Yeah, what
I was saying, I think this is like on the scale of their investment, way bigger project. Like they spent so much money on this movie, if I remember correctly.
I mean, just getting Matt Damon to sign on is probably a good chunk of change.
Yeah,
is it?
Dude, he's riding high off them Bourne movies still. Regardless of how we feel about him, those Bourne movies are putting in
the most recent episode of Three Wise actually discussed his career and whether or not he's a good actor. I think he's a good actor. He just picks kind of weird roles. Well, that's because he's a good supporting actor.
I think he's a fine actor. It's just all of his like roles have been like action movies recently.
True, except Good Will Hunting is fucking amazing. No matter who you are,
I completely agree with that.
Don't forget, Julia Roberts made $750,000 a day for 4 days of shooting on Mother's Day.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you told Charlie that, and Charlie re-listened to it on the podcast as he was going through them.
I told him that.
I got bamboozled. Wait, you told me it originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where I pulled that out of my ass, though. It's real. But
I mean, it's not. I don't know what I said at the time, but it's not surprising. The way she acts on that movie, it seems like almost all her shots were done in like a day.
Nope, 4
as quickly as possible.
Well, yeah, she was in 4 shots.
What episode was that, Charlie? For listeners that are curious and they want to go back.
Episode 3, Boss versus Mother's Day.
Episode 3, Boss versus Mother's Day.
Which is weird because I was going back and looking over stuff. I watched The Boss recently.
Oh yeah. Oh, so is that the first?
No. Because the first one was Now You See Me Too. Because I saw that.
Oh,
one.
you watched Now You See Me Too?
Yeah. Because I pretty much watched that as soon as we were done with the cast.
So Steve so far is the only one who has watched the movies that have won in their respective episodes. So it's a prequel episode right now. Never mind. What'd you think about The Boss?
I mean, it was exactly what Charlie said it was. Like, it was decent.
I was pretty honest in that.
No, yeah, it was decent. It was kind of shocking sometimes to see some of the stuff because even though it was rated R,
it was kind of shocking to see them treat what's her name as an unattractive woman.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Bell.
Yeah, Kristen
Even
Bell.
though she's gorgeous.
Making fun of Kristen Bell. Like, I can understand them saying like kind of insulting her on her clothing choices because she was kind of frumpy in the movie. But, like, she's a super attractive woman. Like, it's ridiculous to think.
I remember
Dax Shepard.
There's that scene where Melissa McCarthy is, like, playing with her boobs.
That's in the trailer.
She's like, these are disgusting. It's like, who? First of all, who are you?
Yeah, that's.
And what are you talking about?
That's in the trailer. That's kind of what turned me off of it, with her being like, "Oh my gosh, this sweater and your boobs look like they're crying for help." Like, it's like, okay, what? No, she still looks gorgeous.
Exactly.
Hey, turtlenecks, so there really are like a bajillion of them.
Super weird. And there was just a lot, like there was a lot of her falling over, which, by the way, have you guys seen the Melissa McCarthy? It's like
the trailer that was the commercial for the Super
car.
Bowl. Yeah,
the commercial for the car where she's just like getting hit by animals and falling over, and I was like, oh, it's par for the course.
Yeah, it's almost just saddening at this point because she's not really
McCarthyism.
She's not really like fat anymore. She's lost a lot of weight. But then to just do a commercial like that, where that is literally what it is. Big person falls over. Is that entire commercial? It's like, Jesus, Melissa, I thought you grew past this.
Yeah.
Like, you started doing like
buy a car.
He started doing actual, like, I mean, yeah, The Boss apparently wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
Ghostbusters is apparently not that bad.
I like Ghostbusters.
Unless you listen to the internet.
I liked Ghostbusters.
Like, it's just different stuff like that. It's like, God damn it. And now you resort to Kevin James syndrome of just falling over.
Well, the problem with Ghostbusters is that, like, Melissa McCarthy once again was the character that fell over. Like, when she tests out the proton pack type stuff, it knocks her on her ass a couple times and it flies her around.
Shocker.
Like, guys, come on.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that's still a trope in movies at all. I mean, what's that, Chuck?
I was just gonna say for Melissa McCarthy, I totally understand that she would lean on that at the beginning to get into the business. Go for it. That's completely fine. Just like Peter Dinklage did certain things too, where it's like his role in Elf, kind of self-humiliating roles, I guess, more or less.
30 Rock,
but then now it's like to get,
30 Rock, he was a gym though.
But to say that now he's broken into the scene, and now I mean, he does all sorts of different roles and stuff now where he doesn't rely on being a little person. That's not like his shtick.
Yeah,
I mean, he still has roles where it's like that's the thing. But,
yeah, but I mean, in X-Men, his whole shtick was the fact that he had a mustache. It wasn't even the fact that he.
That was pretty incredible.
I was just gonna say, in X-Men, they didn't even mention his height.
No, they did. They did, because I thought that's why he hated mutants or something, because of the fact that he was.
Man, I thought they didn't do that.
But even then, it wasn't like, oh, look, he's a goofy little person. Like, he was more or less a serious character, and that's why it's like, Melissa McCarthy. Okay, you're in the scene now. You've lasted long enough in Hollywood. You're going to be here for a while. Do something that we know you're good at. That isn't just like this shittiness.
I think it's because, and I'm probably going to get some hate from this. I know, Charlie, you might disagree. I think it's because she idolizes Chris Farley so much, and that was. A lot of his shtick was falling over and breaking stuff because he's fat and stuff. And granted, Chris Farley's case, he was like kind of the creation of the trope. Like, he was the guy who was really the first.
He definitely like perfected it.
Yeah,
I guess.
So like, I mean, he would always fall over and it'd be funny because he was fat, and I mean,
and he looked like he's gonna die. Like,
yeah.
That's because he was very close right up until.
Yeah, pretty much. And so I think she will see that as, oh, hey, I can do this humor that isn't on the lines of like Chris Farley stuff, and I think she went into comedy stuff because of him. I know she reenacted the Van Down by a River thing for the SNL 50 or whatever. She was but still, I think it's just gotten old.
I guess too, it's with Chris Farley. Maybe he has, and maybe I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. But I haven't seen him do other humor where it's not just like, oh, he's a big fat dude, so it's funny.
I gotcha.
Whereas Melissa McCarthy, I have seen her do stuff.
True.
Where it's like, I have seen your range where it's not just reliant on you being big and falling. So it's like, use that.
I mean, even in Bridesmaids, I mean, which was kind of her breakout role. It wasn't relying on, oh, you fell over, like.
Yeah, she was she was like a crazy weirdo, but it wasn't her falling over.
Yeah. So this has been the first episode of McCarthy Murmurs. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Sorry to take on a gigantic tangent, you guys.
I'm glad you guys picked these two movies though, because I would rather hear about those two than
what movies?
the first batch.
What movies are they again, Charlie?
Tyler, you have Great Wall, and then Steve, you have Fist Fight.
All right, and we are going to
watch these trailers.
That's true.
Got in there.
God damn it. Is that the part you don't like, Charlie?
It just seemed dumb to me.
And there's like all of them there.
Yeah, I would
They're
be
all
fucking
listening.
furious if that happened in a fucking police dispatch call. And you remember, there have been a few stories like that over the past few months where people have just been like, the dispatchers just hang up on them. Like,
I'm sorry. Halle, they obviously didn't have somebody like Halle Berry on the other end of their line trying to find who they are and where they are so they can save them.
She should have done that as a promotional thing for the movie coming out, and actually
worked in the hive.
Like, yeah, somebody's trying to kill me. Yeah, this is Halle Berry. Go see Dispatch.
Worked in that. I worked for a. Go ahead, Steve.
I was just gonna say, can we like, even if they are making fun of him for that, like, it's not a bully in general. Like Ice Cube had a fucking axe at some point.
Yeah, that is true. He was
like. This is a legitimate fear.
Yeah. I worked for I interned for a production company that actually produced The Call, that Halle Berry movie, and it used to be.
Oh, I thought it was called Dispatch. My bad.
No, it was originally called The Hive because like that's what apparently they call that area, and it's in the movie. They were like, it's called The Hive.
And you're like, that's what it was originally called.
but it's funny because the guy, one of the CEOs, just fucking loved that movie. Like, he thought that it was robbed of like Oscar nominations.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah. He was like, no, this actor should have gotten nominated for best. This movie should have gotten nominated for best picture. Like, and one day he was like, you've seen it, right? And I was like, no, I haven't. And this other guy that just got hired, like in a full-time position, was like, oh, I haven't seen it either. And he's like, you guys are watching it today. And he was like, he told somebody, he's like, yeah, make sure they watch The Call today. And he went into his office. And my like direct supervisor was like, all right, guys, I guess I'll set up the.
Sounds pretty awesome to me.
Yeah, and so we just sat there and watched The Call for
did
the
you
next
like
2
popcorn
hours.
or something?
No, we just kind of sat there. We kind of made fun of the movie a little bit while we were
Because
like,
it's The Call.
well, no, and as my supervisor was setting it up, she was like, she said to both of us, she said, if you guys don't like this movie, do not tell the CEO. He's like, because he loves this movie. Please just, whatever you do, lie about what you like about this movie. She was like, because honestly, I don't like it. But to him, I think it's the greatest. And we were like, all right. It wasn't that bad.
And now he's going to listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
he's going to be
like,
like,
I knew it.
No, just go in and fires everyone tomorrow.
Luckily, I don't think either of those people work there anymore. So
jeez, that's some turnover.
Yeah, well, it's been a couple of years, but
I guess that's true.
But
at least one.
Yeah, no, it's been almost 2, I think.
Oh, okay.
Since I interned there. Oh man, but we watched those trailers. Fist Fight and Great Wall. Honestly, Steve, we might want to just set up a day for us to go see these movies together.
I would love that.
Cause, yeah. See, I'm like, I'm not
too.
I'm not mad that I'm seeing Great Wall, but then watching Fist Fight, I was like, man, I kind of want to see this too.
Like Great Wall looks like it's gonna be like just a fun action flick of like just cool shots. Like I'm expecting to see some cool bow and arrow work and some jumping around.
Komodo dragons, dude.
And some of course Komodo dragons, Charlie. And then Fist Fight. I love Charlie Day.
Or Komodo dragons, dude.
Yeah, Charlie Day fights a Komodo dragon.
I would definitely watch that.
It's just the sequel to Pacific Rim.
I'm not a huge fan of Charlie Day. I know, Steve, you are huge Always Sunny Sunny Buddy. Always Sunny Buddy. Is that what their fans are called?
No, it's Sunny Bunnies.
Oh, okay.
Gross.
But we were talking during the trailers. Ice Cube is just really funny because he's so good at just looking intimidating. But for some reason, it's funny. Like,
Well, it's because like as much as we know that Ice Cube was a badass at some point, he still did. What is that movie? Are we there yet?
yeah.
Thank you, Charlie.
Are we
Never
there
f-
yet? TV
yeah,
series.
Never
too.
forget. But then there's he is just so, I don't know. There's a video he did where he like started commenting on all different social media stuff as the real Ice Cube. Like he went onto Yahoo Answers and he went onto Reddit and he like responded to a bunch of different shit. And it's really funny. I'd say look it up. We'll probably watch it here afterwards just so you guys can experience it. But he's just hilarious. Whenever I think of him, I think of that scene in 22 Jump Street when he is mad at Jonah Hill's character for fucking his daughter.
Yeah, I love that scene.
And then that, of course, goes to the whole Channing Tatum realizing that it's the
that is
Yeah.
by far my favorite scene in that movie.
and he just changes the gun position to, he's like, and you dabbed him in front of everybody. You fucking gave him he fucked the captain's daughter. And he's like high-fiving
Yeah,
everybody.
he's just running around having like a great time, and Jonah Hill is just terrified.
He's wearing a bulletproof vest. and Ice Cube has a gun on the table pointed at him. But then eventually he changes the gun to point at Channing Tatum. He's like, it's not that funny. I don't know. That movie is probably one of my favorite sequels to a comedy movie, and I think it shows some great...
What about Caddyshack 2?
Oh, no, shit. Well, that's why I said one of my favorite sequels to a
Yeah,
comedy movie.
because-
Caddyshack 2.
Because 22 Jump Street doesn't have Randy Quaid.
No, he played the golf cart they drive around.
that tracks because that's what he played in Caddyshack 2.
I mean, it has more
down.
character than he does. I said Independence Day is amazing, so I can't knock Randy Quaid too
no
much.
matter what happens, Randy Quaid was a great character. Speaking,
Because he played himself, a crazy man.
an absolutely insane man.
What were you gonna say? Speaking of,
It actually has. I was going to say, speaking of Independence Day, speaking of aliens.
the prologue for Alien.
No,
I haven't watched
I was
it
gonna
yet.
I was gonna mention the passing of Bill Paxton.
Oh shit!
today.
Yeah, fucking game
He
over
died
for
like
Bill
a week
Paxton.
ago.
Yeah, I mean, when this comes out, it's been what 4 days?
4 or 5 days.
I was just jealous.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bummer. Dude was in Navy SEALs. He was
Yeah.
in Aliens. He was in
I
other
think
movies.
it said it was a
Twister.
complication
Yeah.
due to surgery.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Really?
it's like he was in Twister.
Oh, that's even more unfortunate because
Yeah.
he was only 61, which isn't
that
old in this
and,
day.
I
No,
mean, he was
not at all.
he was just in Agents of Shield a couple years ago, and he looked fine.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, man. Yeah, he was in a lot of great like just kind of thriller action movies. He
Yeah,
was- he
I
was-
love Twister. My sister watched Twister constantly. It's one of my favorite movies.
the Twister ride at Universal Studios is pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
I've been on that a couple times.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, because you're a fucking loser. You're not a world traveler like Steve and me. We go all the way to Florida.
That is a whole different world, though.
I mean, it's still in the same country and continent.
Yeah, but we have people there. Well, I guess I can't say we, as a country, but that specific state has the type of people that eat other people's faces off, though. That's pretty unique.
So they're more normal out there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I mean, then I should move there so I can stop hiding it.
I was going to say they're more in tune with their sexual desires, but
And I hear Lincoln Park is huge in Florida.
Why have I not moved?
that's where they filmed The Boy Next
I
Door.
was just
too.
about to fucking say that. God damn it. You cut me off from saying that's where it was filmed. Shit.
And we're bringing it all back, everybody. That is from us listening to old episodes.
Well, speaking of which, you know, Steve Bush is performing at Ballpark Village in St. Louis recently.
They are.
You're a huge fan of Bush, all things Bush. the word bush is just a...
Of all the things that we talk about me liking, that is not one of them.
You actually have a tattoo on your lower stomach of a naked female body with President George Bush's head on it, playing a guitar. The band Bush's logo.
And no, he's playing drums, and it's got an arrow pointing at the drums that says Darius Rucker's drum set.
Darius Rucker's drum set. Darius Rucker's Hootie
Yeah,
and the Blowfish.
dude, I got the wrong. God damn it! Who's the name of the dude who drums for Bush?
No one knows. We've been over
Gavin
this.
something.
Gavin Rosdale is the lead
Gavin
singer of
McGraw.
Bush.
Yeah.
Oh my God! How?
Tim McGraw.
No, Gavin Rosdale is the lead
Yes.
singer of Bush.
That's right.
Literally,
okay.
no one else in the band Bush is known.
My bad. So,
like if you see them out, like if you like
No,
go to their
fuck it.
website. No, if you go to their website, they're just blacked out like not unlocked characters in a video game.
fuck it. I'm sticking with Darius Rucker for the tattoo. Fuck you guys. I'm
No, if
committing.
it weren't for Gavin Rossdale, if you saw a Bush concert, Steve, you're saying it'd be like a gorilla show or something. It'd just be music and just nobody on stage.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what are we even talking about at this point?
I literally never know.
What is this? We watched the trailers. We're seeing movies. Steve's seeing Fist Fight. I'm seeing
And I'm really. We're probably seeing both of them.
Great Wall. Yeah. We might work something out. Oh my gosh. Do we have anything else? Oh, stuff we actually like. Shit, I totally forgot that was a segment that we do on these prequel
It is, in fact, a
episodes.
segment that we do on these
Steve, do
prequel
you have
episodes.
something ready, or do I need to
I know,
stall even
I'm good.
longer?
I'm actually
All
good.
right. Well, in that case, Steve, take it away with stuff you actually like.
So on Friday, the Nintendo Switch comes out, and even though I'm not getting one because I'm poor, what also comes out Friday is the next expansion for Shovel Knight. That company has been really responsive with their games. They did a Kickstarter for the next expansion pack where they've been taking the bosses from Shovel Knight and creating a full storyline for them where they fight the other bosses, and then at the end of their level they replace that boss with Shovel Knight as them like meeting Shovel Knight in their level.
Huh? That's pretty interesting.
And they kind of create a storyline that kind of goes along with the actual Shovel Knight story. So it's really cool, and they kickstarted it, and they're releasing it as DLC for free for anyone who owns the game. Okay. So they're really tight with their community, and they really have a fun time putting stuff out. And Spectre Knight, the one that's coming out, looks real fun, and they're actually coming out with another one later this year called for King Knight, one of the other characters. So at the end of this year, they'll have 4 pretty much story arcs for that game with unique characters. And it's gonna be a really good time, and I can't wait for it. It's gonna take a little while to get to me on PC, but
wait, what's it coming out first then?
It's coming out first on the Nintendo Switch.
Really? Oh,
it might be on other consoles too.
I thought Shovel Knight was only on PC.
No, they've released it. I think it released originally on PC, but it's gotten a pretty wide release. There's a version of it on DS.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that. Yeah.
And they have it for PlayStation and Xbox with version exclusive stuff for PlayStation, and on Xbox you can get green armor because you fight some of the Battletoads, and on
fucking Battletoads.
And on PS3,
honestly, till now I thought you were talking about Castle Crashers. That's what I was imagining in my head.
It's very similar.
Yeah, they look similar.
Okay.
Similar style. And
yeah,
looking.
Similar art style and stuff. And then on
do you have to, for the Battletoads expansion? Do you have to call up GameStop and ask them if they have Battletoads?
You
That's
have
part
to.
of the. Okay, all right.
And on PlayStation, you can fight Kratos and get some armor based on Kratos.
Oh, really? That'd be kind of interesting to see an 8-bit Kratos.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's cool. Yeah, that actually sounds like a really interesting just way to expand the game. Like the boss, you playing as a boss, and then you end with meeting Shovel. That sounds pretty cool. Like I like that different take on all of that. Jazz.
Yeah, there's already been one for Plague Knight, and it's really fun. I actually like it better than the original Shovel Knight.
Huh. Well, I mean, that's good because if they're continuing the game, they should improve on the things that they.
Yeah, they've just been really
Nah,
receptive.
dude.
They've been well,
Assassin's Creed.
been really receptive from their audience. They take what they
good.
say to heart.
So they're not Ubisoft with
completely.
with Assassin's Creed. So Charlie, what is something that you actually like?
I guess this might be a kind of weak answer, but I'm definitely ready, and I guess I'd been somewhat excited for it, but I'm definitely ready now to see Logan. Like, I'm at that point where I'm fully on board. I want to go see it.
We might have to all see that to talk about it on a prequel episode because it is surprising me the reviews it's getting.
Yeah, it's what 96% right now.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that they're showing this early of screenings and allowing
Reviews,
reviews. Yeah, it's just a great, great show of the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I'm full. I was never really. Well, I guess originally, I was against it when they were saying that it's going to be an Old Man Logan one, but it seems like they're really doing more or less their own thing. There'll be some overlap with characters and everything, but I'm fully on board now as far as like I will for sure be there to see that in theaters.
I was against. They never actually said it was going to be Old Man Logan. It was just in articles just used that because
I thought Hugh Jackman even said it.
No, he said he didn't say it's gonna be Old Man Logan. He just said something with the words Old Man Logan. It wasn't the next movie we're making is Old Man Logan. It was he was at a panel and he just was like, "Hey, you guys, hey, Old Man Logan, right?" And everybody's like, "Woo!" And then all the articles.
That's a weird turn of phrase to use, though. I
guess.
But still,
since
it's such an established story.
It was definitely. I feel like it was borderline sensationalist. Like, oh, hey, they're making an Old Man Logan movie. He said it.
Yeah.
No, he just said, "Hey, Old Man Logan's awesome, isn't it?" Woo! Like it's. And I mean that is kind of what they did, but at the same time it's not. They just did a story with Logan being aged, which is impressive because I agree with what you're saying, Charlie. It seems
that's what I'd rather them have since they don't have access to the other characters.
Well, yeah, for sure. And the Wolverine, which was the one James Magnolia. Steel Magnolia was the
exactly. There can be no other option than it is Steel Magnolia.
He pisses jet fuel.
James Magnolia.
James Steel Magnolia.
yeah. His parents just loved the film. He directed the Wolverine and he directed this one. So for me, I was kind of wary. I was just like, I mean, the
Wolverine was real bad.
I thought it was pretty bad too, but people still liked it.
Like
I
don't care what.
No. People, but then again, I guess people love Batman v Superman, and a lot of people think it's bad. But the Wolverine was pretty rough.
I don't understand how people can like the Wolverine and dislike BVS.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like BVS, that's fine. But if you're like, I don't like BVS, but I do like the Wolverine, I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
unless you just like super simple, like
the one thing the Wolverine did amazingly were its posters, dude.
Oh.
Those fucking posters, like cool. The brush of I have a poster of Wolverine with him with the claws out, and it's that from the Wolverine, and it's like, I don't like this movie. This poster's amazing. Like I
respect that.
But Logan, he directed Logan. I think he might have gotten thanks to Deadpool. Unsurprisingly, well, no, I guess kind of surprisingly so. He got more creative freedom, I guess, with this movie. I would assume because it's another rated R movie. I hear a lot of critics saying that it's you don't need to see any other X-Men movie to get into this. It is a movie on its own. It's not a continuation of the saga, but at the same time, it's also a continuation of Wolverine's saga.
Like, you'll see some stuff called back.
Yeah. So it's I really appreciate that.
I would contribute it to the fact that fans, just now started like last year hoping for this type of true Wolverine movie, because all the years before and they'd never.
I agree, and it's crazy. It's crazy because you've had this cast for so long that so perfectly embody these characters. Like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Patrick Stewart is Professor X. And it seems like
I was joking about mine because people have been wanting something like this for years and years.
But
I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, people have been wanting this for, and it's crazy. And I was kind of going off of that.
People keep like watching these movies and they're like, they're okay. Like we just wanted like all of these characters are there. Everything's perfect, but the story's not right. The direction's not quite there, and we're just waiting for the good.
I would say X2 is still good.
I agree with that.
It may not hold up as well, but it's still really good.
That White House scene, though.
And then, it's pretty dope. And it's just great to see a send off of this character that has been. I mean, this motherfucker has been in more comic book movies than anybody ever.
Yeah,
he's been everything.
He's the record holder.
Yeah,
for comic book.
He was almost in like Spider-Man 1 or 2 or something, the Tobey Maguire ones, but there was like some fallout between. I don't remember. He wanted to do it because he likes Kevin Feige, the Marvel guy. He was like about to do it, but then something happened.
Yeah, I mean, Hugh Jackman has a Guinness Book of World Record for being the most appearances as a lead or as a character in a comic book movie.
It's because somehow he is just so perfect, even though he's way too tall. He's not bulky enough.
It's a good thing they don't include TV in that shit, though.
What do you mean? Yeah. What do you mean?
Because it'd be Tom Welling.
That's true. Tom Welling wins everything ever.
Except for any awards for The Fog.
He wins my heart.
More important than awards.
He's got an Oscar for Cheaper by the Dozen.
Shit. I was about to make a Cheaper by the Dozen joke. God damn it. I was going to say he wins Best Actor in a sequel to a Cheaper by the Dozen movie.
Yeah.
He lost out to Hilary Duff.
God.
I mean, if you're going to lose to anybody, though.
That's unarguable. Yeah, you can't argue that. I'm not mad. Nobody was robbed anything.
Except for maybe Steve Martin.
No.
Bit of a soul.
I mean, if he didn't win for The Jerk, he's done.
That's a good point.
Shit. How long did we just talk about fucking Logan? Oh, wait, no, that's right. There were stuff that you liked, and it was Logan, and we just went off on a fucking tangent.
Yeah, so what's your thing?
So, wait, no, your thing is just you like the anticipation to see Logan? Or
no, I'm just like, I'm ready to see it. I guess I'm at the point where I'm fully on board. Not that I was ever necessarily like opposed to it. I was never like, I'm not going to see this movie. But I'm at that point where if it were out right now, I would make it a point to go see it tonight or something.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. I would say, I mean, I know I typically pick the movie.
Logan.
Yeah, Logan is 100%. I know I typically pick the movies that have already been out, and this might sound as just a scapegoat and kind of obvious, but something I actually like is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Sans The Hobbit. The Hobbit is not something I'm into.
The Hobbit was all right, but like The Hobbit is a book that is 200 pages.
Correct.
And they stretched it out to the same length of time as 3 books that are like 5 times its size.
Yes. Has anybody made a supercut yet or something? Trim it down to like 2 hours?
They should.
Maybe Topher Grace will do that too.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Though.
For those of you who don't know, Topher Grace cut the original or episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars. Damn it, Charlie. No, he did a cut of episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars where he cut it into one movie that's supposedly very succinct and a really good storyline and really brings it all together.
Well, he also edited. It might have been before that, might have been after that. He edited. There's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where there's like a Seinfeld reunion, and he edited all the clips of the Seinfeld stuff together as one Seinfeld episode.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty funny. Like it's plays out exactly like a Seinfeld episode. I don't know. I've never seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Why.
Yeah, exactly. But it plays out really well, and it's edited really well. That was the first one of the Topher Grace edits I saw.
Right.
So yeah, Topher Grace, if you're listening, and we know you are, get on The Hobbit.
Also
ASAP.
Also, like, I mean, do you buy some advertising or something?
Yeah, no.
We need a patron.
You need to get back into Spider-Man and be Venom again, because
or go back to that. Edit yourself into the last season of that 70s show and make it good.
That actually would be hilarious if he just edited a green screen shots of him saying things and then edited himself into shots of the last season of that 70s show. Oh, wait, no, it's last 2 seasons, isn't it?
Yeah.
The last 2 seasons of that 70s show where he's just like standing there nodding his head or being like, yeah. Every now and then.
I think fully grown adult Topher Grace probably would still get his ass whipped by Tom Holland as like a child.
Not as Spider-Man, just Tom Holland,
Tom
the
Holland.
person.
Yes.
In a slap fight.
Yeah, but the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Back to that. It's fucking great.
Fall back to that.
It's a fucking great trilogy. It's so good.
Oh, it is.
And it's funny because, well, I guess it's not really funny, but I will like when I see.
I like how angry you got at yourself for
Well,
that.
you know how people say that, and then they say something, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, hilarious."
Not really.
Curious. That's interesting. That.
Yeah, it's the extended versions are just so good.
I've actually never watched the extended version.
Man, I would gladly loan
good,
you the
dude.
extent. I have it on DVD and Blu-ray.
Interesting.
I would, because it makes the movies so much better, in my opinion, because it expands on everything, and it makes, there are things that happen in Return of the King that if you didn't read the books or saw the extended version, you would be like, well, where the fuck did they get that? What is this supposed to be? But in the extended version, it's like, oh, hey, they got this from this, and it does this, and then this does this, and this happens here, and it's just so good, and it's I feel like the extended versions are, I mean, obviously Peter Jackson kind of fucking went overboard with The Hobbit and the CGI, but
Yeah, he did.
but the extended versions of The Lord of the Rings, that was when he was just in his prime of, hey, we're in New Zealand, let's shoot this shit and make it beautiful and expand the story as much as we can. And it's just gorgeous, and it's a great story. And it's hard for me to, I have, so my girlfriend has not seen Lord of the Rings, and I think I showed her.
Divorce.
Well, she's blind.
Yeah. We started watching The Fellowship of the Ring, which is my favorite one, is The Fellowship of the Ring. And we started watching the extended version, because in my mind, I'm like, no, there's no point
We
in
only
watching.
watch this the right way.
There's no point in watching the normal versions, because the extended versions are so much better, because they will explain so much more later on. But like
Yeah, it's
30
like I'm not gonna watch Batman v Superman normal version anymore.
but then of course 30 minutes into the 3-hour movie, maybe 3.5-hour movie that we're watching, she's like, this is boring, they haven't left Hobbiton yet.
Like, you need to sit down
and
shut up.
And so like I've had to come to terms with, okay, the first time you watch it, you should probably watch the normal version, but afterwards we're watching the extended version.
Afterwards.
I was gonna say, that's exactly what I was gonna say, Charlie. It's like, as soon as you're done, all right, so on to the extended version of.
Yeah, those movies are so good. And we were watching the Great Wall trailer, and just seeing archers against in a line makes me think of Lord of the Rings. It makes me think of Elrond yelling out the commands to all the elves to shoot. What are you laughing about, Charlie?
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, it makes me think of L. Ron Hubbard creating Xenu and the entire.
I mean, he didn't create them; they were already here.
No, that's true. He just told us the truth. This episode brought to you by Scientology.
By the Church of Scientology and
Don't look
Leah
behind
Remini.
you.
And who?
And Leah Remini.
Speaking of which, John Travolta is a peach in Grease. So I mean, I can't knock that
What?
motherfucker.
He plays a peach. He plays an anthropomorphic peach.
Summer lovin'. No. He really made those.
You know, opposite of Olivia Fig Newton-John.
I was gonna say those chicks really creamed.
Yeah, peaches and cream.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the worst and best segment we've ever had.
On that note, let's wrap this shit up.
It's funny because in Battlefield Earth he had a fucked up pumpkin head, so maybe he's just got a thing about food.
This has been Movie Versus, the podcast in defense of family. Pretty
Hey,
cool.
and then from Paris with Love, his head looks like a honeydew melon. So
Prequel to that's just what his head looks like.
No, he had some extra shit on.
I know.
Something face off.
They took his face off. Did I mention that I watched that with my girlfriend one day. She had never heard of this movie. And I was
lucky, dude.
And I went, "You've never heard of Face Off?" She was like, "No." I said,
We're watching it
I
right
said,
now.
"What do you think it's about?" And she's like, "I don't know, two people fight." And I go, "We're watching it."
Not wrong.
We got 30 minutes in and she like fell asleep. Luckily,
What?
No. Luckily right before the surgery.
She woke back up.
So no. So I was like, "No, I'm pausing this. We're continuing this on another date because you have no idea what this movie is about."
I like Steve's idea. You wake her up at like 15 minutes afterwards, so then she has to see the characters acted.
But no, yeah,
15
15 minutes after they switch faces.
and she just has to deal with figuring out that
She's like, "Why are both of them acting like Nick Cage?"
Why is it so
because
weird that he's trying to
Nick
fuck his
Cage
wife?
can't act like John Travolta.
Why are there slow motion doves everywhere? Why does he keep putting his hand on their face like a waterfall? on those notes, all of those notes. I hope you're taking notes. Steve, what are you gonna say? You were
No,
gonna
I don't. I imagine someone at home like with a notebook being like, "All right, I need to watch Face Off. I need like just like a set of things that they
watch
do not
Face
under.
Off.
All right,
I need to get a girlfriend. I need to make her fall asleep after the first 30
All right,
minutes.
okay, perfect. She has to not know what Face Off is about. She
rewatch Grease with imagining
can't-
everyone is fruits.
She can't ever have seen a single John Woo film. So Steve is seeing Fist Fight. I'm seeing The Great Wall. And other than that, I mean, check out the socials. We got, Steve. What do we got?
We have Facebook. We got there's the YouTube, the Three Wise YouTube, Twitter.
Three Wise Media. We're at Movie Versus Podcast on Twitter. You can see us on Facebook at Movie Versus Podcast at gmail.com if you got requests for movies that you want us to watch, if you have or watch and try to hear us defend, if you have corrections and omissions of shit, because I'm sure that
Because we're terrible.
I'm sure we talk out of our ass for.
If you want to buy us tickets to Bush,
If you want to buy us tickets to the VIP Bush to
No,
take
they're
pictures
sold
with-
out. It's not worth it.
If there's stuff that we didn't mention in movies that we've watched, because I know for a fact there are things in movies that I have seen that I forgot to mention when we were recording, and then later I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to bring that up.
Yeah, even
So-
with my exhaustive notes, I do that.
Yeah, I don't take notes. Like, what was the last movie I saw? The last episode, Charlie, I saw
Cure
with
for
you.
Wellness.
Cure for Wellness. Yeah, there was a whole scene where like this dude was beaten off to this girl who had her shirt off, and that was the scene. He was just sitting there beaten off instead of helping Dane DeHaan inside of this like sensory deprivation.
Tyler, you were
Tank.
looking at a mirror.
Yeah, I was really upset.
I wasn't in a theater. I was in the bathroom.
I was really upset that I didn't bring it up because when I saw it, the first thing I thought was, "Oh man, this is gold." And they showed the girl's tits that he was beaten off to, because she was just standing there. It was one of the nurses. She was just standing there and took her top off, and he was like sitting by a control panel, just bitch going furiously. And
Thanks for listening, everybody.
I mean, no, and they didn't show her face. It was just a close up of these
never
tits.
showed her face?
I don't think they did. When they showed what he was beating off to eventually, it was just a close-up shot of her tits. And that's it. Like, it was not anything else other than tits sitting there.
That
and
movie
he was
See-
sitting in this chair just going to fucking town. And it was a scene. It was a
See,
scene.
you lose out so much on the movie experience when you don't get the full 70mm IMAX ratio.
I can't imagine what that scene is called in the DVD scene
the DVD
selection
chapter.
when you. I can't. I mean, shit. On that note, I guess we're just gonna.
It's just like a semicolon smiley face.
All right, bye.
Movie Versus is a production of Three Wise Media. For more information, check us out on Facebook.